This is All In with Chris Hayes, March 4th, 2019.
Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and Jared Kushner on the list. Ivanka Trump is noticeably absent. Politico, though, reporting tonight, quote, "It also won't be the only document request." Chairman Jerry Nadler's staff said another round of letters would be going out soon and cautioned against reading into why some people didn't receive letters on Monday. Joining me now, one of the members of the congressional committee behind the new investigation, Democratic Congressman Ted Lieu of California. What can you tell us about the logic of this list? What unifies it? Why these names and these entities?
Thank you, Chris, for your question. Let me first say that I hope our investigation exonerates Donald Trump. I don't want to think that our president is a crook, but I fear that our investigation will not do that. We're going to take the facts wherever it may lead us, and we're going to leave no stone unturned. This is just the first salvo of 81 organizations and individuals that we want to get documents from. And with regard to Ivanka Trump that you mentioned, I just want to note that running a business into the ground is interesting. Not sure that's a crime.
Let me ask you this. The argument that you're seeing from folks and allies of the president, Devin Nunes, for instance, is that essentially there's no collusion, they haven't found collusion, and so they're just going to go rooting around all of the president's other stuff. This is Nunes saying there's no collusion, all these investigations are in search of a crime, Democrats have no evidence to impeach President Trump. Ridiculous. What do you say to the argument that this is fundamentally not a fact-finding mission, but politically motivated, where the facts are being reverse engineered around what you already feel about the president?
Based on public reporting, Donald Trump's campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, colluded. He gave the Russians internal polling data, and he was working with the Russians based on the public reporting. So the question of whether Donald Trump knew about what was happening, we don't know yet. The special counsel has not concluded his investigation, but it is a limited investigation, Mueller's investigation. They just want to know, did someone commit a crime related to Russian interference? The House Judiciary's oversight mission is far broader. We want to know, did Donald Trump or his associates or family members commit any crime?
And is that, do you think about crime, to go back to what Jerry Nadler was saying and what Elizabeth Holtzman told me, do you think about crime in the sense of the U.S. criminal code? Do you think about crime in terms of wrong actions? Do you think about it in terms of the constitutional provision about high crimes and misdemeanors vis-a-vis impeachment?
Those are great questions. So first of all, we want to know that Donald Trump, his family, or his associates commit any crime. Second, we want to know, did they commit any unethical misconduct, whether or not it rises to the level of a federal offense? And third, how do we prevent this from happening again? And want to be transparent with the American people. If it takes us to impeachment, we're going to go there. If it doesn't, then we won't go there. But we have to build a record and share this with American people before we decide how to proceed.
How much are you willing to go to the mat? My understanding is these are voluntary requests at this point. Sometimes these are second letters that have been sent because they were sent in the minority. But at a certain point, there's a question about how much do you fight this? Does the chair issue subpoenas? Do you go to court over this, et cetera?
It will depend on each individual company. If you look at the letters we sent, they are not mass form letters. They're very detailed individual letters to companies and individuals with very specific requests related to their own set of facts. And based on what we've sent out, we hope to get a lot of documents back. And if people don't want to send that, then we will negotiate with them. And then if we have to, we will start looking at subpoenas.
Should we expect, when you look at this list of individuals, everyone from the NRA to Hope Hicks and Sean Spicer, who used to work there, to the Trump campaign itself, to Eric Prince, who's implicated in possibly trying to set up this back channel in this sort of obscure meeting in the Seychelles, should we expect that these are also people that are going to come before the committee or be compelled to do so at some point?
So we want to talk to all these individuals at some point. We certainly want their documents. Some of these individuals we would like before a public hearing. Some we can simply interview either with members or with our staff. Again, it depends on the individual. I'm glad you mentioned Hope Hicks. So let's give an example of Hope Hicks. She lied to the American people, basically saying repeatedly that Trump had nothing to do with Russia and his associates had no meetings with Russia. Well, it turns out now that that was just a lie. And we want to know, well, did Donald Trump tell her to lie? What did she know about what happened? What kind of orders was she given? Or did she just make this stuff up at the time? So that's why we have all these individuals that we want to talk to, because we want to connect the dots and really put out a narrative as to what happened, why it happened, and how do we prevent this from happening again.
All right, Congressman Ted Lieu, who's on the Judiciary Committee, thank you for taking some time.
Thank you, Chris.
Coming up, new reporting on the lengths Fox News went to ensure Donald Trump won the election and the codependent relationship between a cable news channel and the President of the United States. Those details right after this.